what is the dominant story that we tell about business today? We all know what to say. It's shareholder value maximization. So you'll probably be familiar with this quote. There is one and only one social responsibility of business: to use its resources and engage in activities designed to increase its profits, so long as it stays within the rules of the game, which is to say, engages in open and free competition without deception or fraud. So in this quote, Milton Friedman is communicating that there is no social story to business, that the business of business is business. It's about making money. So this excludes any conversation about the impact that a business can have for good or for harm of the stakeholders that they interact with. These stakeholders are outside of business, and to the extent that we try to bring them into the story about business, we're only going to mess things up and distract from the real goals of business. So what are the outcomes that we see under this banner of shareholder value maximization? Well, we do see wonder in business. We still see advancement in human agriculture. We see more and more availability of clean water, renewable energy, the ability to fly through the sky. We see innovations in technology and medical care that preserve and even save human lives. But we also see tragedy in business. If any business that makes a profit is a good business, then it really doesn't matter what they do or how they do it. Under the banner of profit as the purpose of business, some businesses have felt totally okay with developing products and services that prey on human weakness or exploit natural resources and ultimately cause much harm. There is huge disillusionment with business today, and a resulting loss of faith and trust in corporations altogether. I think what people really believe about business is something more like this statement: business is not as it was intended. A vast devastation has struck it. Nevertheless, it is great in its ruins. Like a glorious cathedral after a bombing, business still displays the grandeur for which it was designed. So if you picture a bombed out cathedral as you think about business, we can still see the beauty of business while there is so much that needs restoration. We need this return to a higher purpose for business. Jeff Van Duzer, who is the provost of Seattle Pacific University and formerly the dean of their business school, fully rejects this idea that business is about profit only. He says that business has always existed to provide goods and services, to enable a community to flourish, and to provide people with opportunities for meaningful work. Charles Handy addresses this even more directly, saying, to turn shareholders' needs into a purpose is to be guilty of a logical confusion, to mistake a necessary condition for a sufficient one. We need to eat to live. Food is a necessary condition of life. But if we lived mainly to eat, making food a sole or sufficient purpose of life, we would become gross. The purpose of business, in other words, is not to make a profit, full stop. It is to make a profit so that the business can do something more or better. At Eventide, we believe the true story of business is to serve the common good, and that motivates us day in and day out.